we are discussing about chapter 5, that is verb. We have already discussed about the definition of verb and the types of verb. What is a verb and the two types of verb, that is transitive verb and intransitive verb. And today we are discussing about the forms of verb. The forms of verb. There are two types of the forms of verb, that is a regular verb and irregular verb. A regular verb and irregular verb. So today we will discuss about what they exactly are and how they are formed and what are the difference between the regular verb and irregular verb. What are they exactly are and how they are formed and what are the difference between the regular verb and irregular verb. Today, and verb changes according to the tense. Verb changes according to the tense. There are present tense, past tense and past participle. Okay. Present tense, past tense and past participle. There are three types of tense. So now we will take the first one, a regular verb. What is a regular verb? The verb which is following a pattern for conversion is a regular verb. A verb which is following a pattern for conversion is a regular verb. For example, we take jump. The verb jump we have taken. The jump. The verb jump in present become jumped in past and jumped in past participle. So here we are using for the conversion, we see that the word jump into past tense and past participle, we used ed form. Okay, we used for converting the verb jump into past tense become jumped and past participle become jumped. The same way we took the verb park, that is parked in past tense and when the past participle the verb become parked. So we are using the same pattern. So we can say that the verb which is having or following a pattern for conversion from past to present past participle is called a regular verb. So regular verb. Now we will take, you can take your own textbook, page number 48. On page number 48, you will see here. Here are some examples of a regular verb. We can take page number 46. The first example, jump in present tense and it become jumped in past tense and past participle also jumped. The second one is park, past tense parked and past participle form also is parked. The third is example which is given in your textbook, laugh. Laugh become in past tense laughed and past participle it become laughed. So there is, we are using a regular as such a pattern we use. We are always in regular verb, ed form of the verb we use in a regular verb. Now we will take the irregular verb. What is an irregular verb? The verb which is not following a pattern for conversion from present to past and past to past participle is called irregular verb. Once again I will say what is the definition of the irregular verb. The verb which is not following a pattern for conversion from present to past and past to past participle is called irregular verb. I will give you an example. So here we see the present tense. The present verb, the present form in the verb is awake in present tense, become evoke in past tense, and awoken in past participle. So here we can see we are not following any patterns. All the verbs are different in present tense, past tense, and past participle. So we can say that the verb which is not following any pattern for conversion from present to past and past to past participle is called a irregular verb. One more example is written: bite, bit, bitten. So all three forms are different in irregular verb. Okay, now what is the difference between regular verb and irregular verb? What is the difference between? We have already said that in regular verb there is a fixed pattern. We use always ed form of the verb, fixed pattern. And such as in irregular verb there is no fixed pattern. There is no fixed pattern. And the second difference between the regular verb and irregular verb is verb base form d, ed and id we use. Regular verb are formed by adding. Regular verb are formed by adding d, ed or id or to the base form of the verb. Okay, and whereas in irregular verb cannot be formed by adding any fixed character. There is no adding any fixed character, because in three tense, in present tense, past tense and past participle, all three forms are different verb we get. Okay, so we can say that most regular forms of the verb are formed by adding ed forms of the verb. The next one is, for our understanding, irregular verb we can divide it into four groups. The first group is all three forms of the verbs are same. All three forms of the verb are same. So please tell some verb which is same as three forms. Do you know what it is? All three forms of the verb are same. Put. We can take a put. In present tense, past tense, past participle also, the three forms of the verb are same. There is no change. And also one more verb we can take, cut. Cut in present tense becomes same as cut in past tense, and past participle also the same verb we get. There is no change. So the first one we can say that all three forms of the verb are same in irregular verb. And the second one is past and past participle form changes. How can it changes past and past participle form? I will write on the board what is it. Okay. So here the irregular verb, the verb by change into past tense both and a past participle both. So here we can say that the past and past participle form will be same in irregular verb. Past and past participle form will be changed. Now the third group is that what? The same base form and past participle form will be same. The base form and the past participle form. Come. The verb we take come, came, come. So the third group is that the base form here, the present form and the past participle form will be same. The base form and the past participle form will be same in irregular form of the verb. And the last one is the fourth one. All three forms of the verb are same. All three forms of the verb are different. Go, went, gone. All three forms of the verb are different. So in the present tense, past tense and past participle form, all three forms of the verb are different. So once again we will revise what it is. Okay. For our understanding, irregular verb can be divided into four groups. For our understanding, irregular verb can be divided into four groups. The first group, all three forms of the verb are same. For all three forms of the verb are same. For example, put, put. Present tense, past tense and past participle form, the verb form are same. The second group, the second one is past tense and past participle form are same. That is buy, bought, bought. And the third group is base and past participle form are same. That are come, came, come. The last one is all three forms of the verbs are different. That are go, went, gone. Okay. So we can say that in a regular verb, there is no specific way to convert base form to past and past participle form. There is no specific way to convert into past and past participle form. Now, and in your book, there is some exercises which is given here. You will go through the page number 47, easily confused verb. You will be reading out and understanding, that is on page number 47, and also the exercises on 48. That you will be doing it page number 48, the first and second exercises in your English grammar textbook. Okay. Now we can see the verb formation. What is the verb formation? Page number 48 it is given. New verb can be formed by adding a prefix or suffix to the different words. New words can be formed by adding a prefix or suffix to the different words. Okay, for example, you can get the verb encycle by adding the prefix en to the noun circle, and boredom by adding the suffix en to the adjective board. So in your textbook also there are some examples which is given on page number 47. So I can ask you, you have already learned in smaller classes, and what is a prefix? The definition of prefix. What it is a definition of prefix? Prefix is a letter or a group of letter added to the beginning of a word. Prefix is a letter or a group of letter added to the beginning of the word. For example, redo. Re is here a prefix, and do is the verb, and we get a new word redo. Okay. And also, what is the suffix? Definition of suffix, what it is? Suffix is a letter or a group of letters which is added to the end of the word to get a new word. Added to the end of the word to get a new word. Suffix is a letter or a group of letters added to the end of the word to get a new word. For example, wanted. Want is a word, and we are adding ed to it. We get a new word, wanted. Okay. So here are few examples which is given in your English grammar textbook, page number 47. You can open the page number 47. You can get the word company by adding prefix ac to the root word company, and we get a word accompany. Okay. We can add be, the word prefix the root word fool, we get a new word befool. And we can add en as a prefix, and the root word is able. We get a new word by adding it, enable. And the next example, the prefix is em, and the root word is bed, and we get a new word that is embed. Okay, we add a re, the prefix, and the root word is new, and we get a new word renew. And in suffix, we take suffix ate, and the root word is active. We get a new word activate. And the suffix is en, the root word is awake. We get a new word awaken. So you can read out all these in your own textbook. It is go through all this and complete the exercises on page number 49. Make a new word with the following words. Make sentences and with any of the turn verb that you just made. Make a new word with the following words. The first one is clear. How can we make a new word with a clear? Clarify. Rage, berate. Terror, terrify. Store, restore. Material, materialize. These are the way we have to make a new word with the given verb. Dear students, we will be once again going through the chapter 5 and completing the exercises in your test. Thank you for listening.